should be super awesome and lots of fun. So that's pretty much it for the open. We'll probably run like 5 or 6 heats, or 5 or 6 people at a time per heat. And basically, don't kill yourself in that first round. So like my advice to you would to not come out hot out the gate, because that will suck a lot later in the workout. So pace this one, break it up early, and just come in ready for fun. We're having some breakfast burrito style food tomorrow and parfaits for you all. So make sure you guys come out. It's going to be fun. All right, cool. So now this thing that I'm super pumped about, let me share my screen so you guys can see what I'm pumped about. Where is it? There we go. Please make sure you're muted. Don't unmute yourself. I just muted you all. Okay, so most of you guys know that over the last like month-ish, I've been really paying attention to like my own like sleeping habits and other habits that affect, you know, me personally and my family and business and stuff like that. And so I've been trying to think about ways to integrate what my business coach challenged us to do, like Krista and I to do, to you guys. And so I think I figured out how to do it. But before we do that, I want to go through the 5 like key redeemer habits. So the keys, the habits that are going to be essential to your success, in not just in the gym, but in life in general. So the first thing is consistency. And so the story to that is Sarah. So Sarah struggled for 15 years. She tried fads and short burst efforts over and over and over again. She wanted a 6-pack, but deep down realized that she just wanted to feel happy and confident. And then one day it hit her that none of the happy in-shape friends crash dieted and none of them worked out 3 hours a day. They just made a plan to be consistent. Occasionally they fell off the wagon, but they always got back on. And now not only does she get to maintain her abs, but she actually feels happy and confident year round. I want to see your faces so you can see this. So the consistency principle. So the principles behind this, it's the boring work. It's the stuff that nobody wants to do. That's being consistent and always showing up for class, even when you're rowing a 5K or you're running a 5K or you're doing back squats, and that's all. It's always showing up and putting in the lazy work or the boring work. Consistency is more important than the effort that you put in. So if you're always at the gym, if one day your effort sucks and the next day your effort is awesome, that is okay. It's being consistent. That's what's important. And then I accidentally hit the extra slide. So the compound effect, and this kind of compares to something that's called talent stacking. So what that is like if you go and you get really good at, let's just say, so I'll use myself for example. So when we started the gym, I was really good at coaching. And that's pretty much it. I didn't really know how to run a business or anything like that. Then I figured out how to do marketing. And when I was a good coach and good at marketing, both of those things worked really well together and we grew very fast. And then I had to get good at selling people that would come in so I could make the sales. And then I had to get good at developing a team. And so you're constantly stacking talents. And so for what that looks like for you guys is first you just got to walk through the door and you have to be willing to work out. And then you have to learn how to meal prep. And then you have to learn how to help your kids eat food that they like that still is healthy that you can say on your meal plan. And so you're constantly like just creating these more and more and more talents that will make yourself in the workspace more valuable as an employee. But for your family, it helps you to be more consistent and be able to have awesome results within your family. And then your health needs consistency, not variety. So a lot of people, like you guys, I'll hear a lot of you guys talking about like, I can't eat the same thing over and over and over and over again. Well, like it's actually been proven that like if you eat the same thing over and over again, it digests better because your body gets more efficient at digesting that one thing. And so you don't need to change up your workouts every 5 seconds. Like if you are just consistent with going to the gym, eating healthy, that's all we need. You don't need to like spice it up and do anything crazy. And then you need to be stable and in the right state of mind. So like if you're struggling with something, you need to reach out to people and tell them. You have to be stable emotionally and physically so that way you can like do these other things. Without number 5, none of that stuff happens. So what are the tactics? Just kidding. I lied. Not yet. There's one more. So advanced, like people that think like, oh, you're super advanced, like you're killing it. Like the RX athletes, like the guys that are doing RX plus, the guys and gals that are doing RX plus now, like people see them and they're like, man, I wish I could do that. Well, it's not hard to get to that advanced state because those people never don't do the basics. They never don't work out. They never don't do snatches with an empty barbell. They never don't meal prep. They're always prepared and they're always doing the basic things. And that's what takes them from being somebody that walked in 50 pounds overweight to somebody who's doing bar muscle ups and RX weights on all the workouts. And so that's kind of like, excuse me, that's kind of like the cool thing there is if you consistently do the basics, if you get really good at that, you're going to be advanced. And so sleep time, 7 to 9 hours per night or day, helps you be smarter, leaner, happier, etc. You're going to feel better. You're going to have better sex drive. All that stuff is going to be awesome. Number 2, bedtime. Keep it the same every day. This is the only way that you know how much sleep you actually need. Okay. So what I mean by that is set an alarm, and this might be super extreme and probably not practical for most of you guys, but let's just say you set an alarm for bed at 7 p.m. every night, and you go to bed at 7 p.m. and you sleep until you wake up. Eventually, your body will start waking up at the same time every single day, because that's all your body needs is those 6, 8, 9, whatever hours that is for you. So for me, I know my body only needs about 7 hours of sleep at night. So if I go to bed at 9, I get up at 4 to 5 o'clock every day. And so keep your bedtime consistent. And at the same time on the weekends. So I know that's probably a shocker and probably going to be hard for a lot of you guys, but like if you can be disciplined and go to bed at 9 on the weekends as well, or 10 or whatever your time is, if you can do that, it's going to have awesome effects within all aspects of your life. And so my analogy to that is like, if you eat like awesome and you stick to your meal plan 100% and you're crushing it Monday through Friday, and then Friday night rolls around and you go out and you have a couple beers and you eat a pizza and then you have some chicken wings, and Saturday you go out for breakfast, whatever. You get what I'm saying. Like if you have a bad diet on the weekends, you don't lose weight, right? And so if you have a shitty sleep schedule on the weekends, it's not going to be able to catch up during the week, and you're always going to be tired and never have energy. You need to go out with your friends earlier. So like we will go out to dinner with friends. Like we went out with a couple of our friends last 2 weeks ago, and we went out for dinner at 4:30. And so like that's just kind of some of the changes that we made. And so journal to focus your attention. So I use the High Performance Planner. I know there's quite a few other people in this group that use different planners, but use something so you can journal what you're doing, so that you can know what you're spending your time and attention on, because time and attention are the most valuable things that you have. So total ownership, number 2, the second one. So Mike averaged working 50 hours a week. He has 2 kids. Stress was an understatement. He had no reason, or he has reasons on reasons not to not work out. And I can't see that and grab a quick bite to eat. So fast food, right? He wants to get in shape for his sister's wedding, and deep down, he just finally wanted to spend some of his own time on his own needs. As he skipped another workout due to working late, he realized that this was his life. He could keep letting work, kids, stress, all that kind of stuff, and eating like crap, and not working out be his reasons, but it would never change the fact that he was still gaining weight every year. He decided to no longer let excuses stop him from working out, and things got in the way at first, but the more he reminded himself that he was in control, the better it got. He got in the best shape of his life for his sister's wedding, and most importantly, he finally reserved time for himself. So what are the principles for this? There's no excuses. Stop making excuses that you don't have time, you don't have whatever. There's always, or everything is always your fault. So that sounds harsh, kind of is, but it's true. If you don't have your food ready for the week, it's no one's fault but your own. If you are not, like, if you can't wake up at 6 o'clock to get to class at 7, or if you can't wake up at 5:30 to get to your 6 a.m. class, you did not go to bed early enough. That was your choice. Don't beat yourself up about it. You don't have to be your own bully, but you do need to plan better. And that's what we're trying to accomplish here. Your actions/reactions are the only things that you can control. So if I call you a name, you can only react to what you say back to me or how you take that. You cannot, you can't control the fact that I said something to you. And so you have to realize that. You also, we have to get out of the victim mindset and take control, because when you do that, you begin to see solutions and not problems. And so all of a sudden, all these problems that you're having, you have an issue that comes up and you're like, oh, I can do that, and that will solve the issue. And it does really, for real, it happens within the first 2 weeks of what we're going to do. So what do? You commit to doing the work. Nobody can eat the salad or do the thrusters for you. And I wrote this before I saw the workout for tomorrow. So don't complain, show up and put your thrusters in, because no one's going to do that for you. You need to check yourself hard every single time you make an excuse for not doing something that you know you should have done. So if you know you should go to bed earlier, you know you should drink your water, you know you should take your vitamins, and you just choose not to do it, you need to realize that you're making a decision to set yourself back or to slow your own progress. Do not use people as excuses if you're not willing to look them in the eye and tell them that they are the reason that you're out of shape. So don't say it's my kids, it's my wife, it's my work, if you're not willing to look that person in the face and tell them that they're the reason that you're I'm not gonna say fat, they're the reason you're out of shape. So for real, please, if you absorb nothing else from this whole entire presentation. This right here, number 3. Do not use people as excuses if you are not willing to look them in the face and tell them they're the reason you're out of shape. Plan around your responsibilities. If you have a habit of working late, cool. Go to the 5 a.m. class. We have 2 of them. Have a problem meal prepping? No problem. Use the meal prep service we have. Like, there are so many ways you can get around the problems that you have that they don't need to be problems. You can just find solutions for them. Own your shit. Number 3, managing relationships. So Jen tried over and over again to get her husband to start a new health routine with her. However, every time he would fall off by week 3, leaving her frustrated and wanting to quit herself. She was sick of being overweight, but deep down she knew she just wanted to have a healthy family, or be a healthy family. When she was about to throw in the towel and eat the pizza he was eating, she realized that if she would be strong enough for both of them, he would eventually change his ways. She committed to being healthy on her own. It was hard as heck. She gave into his ways multiple times, but always bounced back, right? She always jumped back on that wagon like the first person. After seeing her amazing transformation, her husband decided it was time to change. She lost the weight she desired, but gained a healthy family in the process. So managing relationship principles, you control you and no one else. This goes back to the last one we talked about with you control your actions and your reactions, and that is all. You can only control yourself. You cannot control anybody else's decisions. You will become who you surround yourself with. So you might need to audit your friend group, and I'm pretty sure that comes up in the slides here in a second. But like if you're surrounding yourself by people that are constantly dragging you down, you're going to get dragged down. It is what it is. If you surround yourself with people that are constantly elevating you and bringing you to a successful level, or helping you meal prep, or helping you get to the gym, or if you're a business owner and they're successful business owners, you're going to turn into those people as well. You being successful will offend others. This is a little bit more for, I know we have quite a few business owners in this group, but like those of you who own your own business, like you being successful and like being successful fast will offend and frustrate people. It just will, I promise. Rise to your own standards. Do not fall to others. I've had this conversation with multiple people within the gym. Like, just because your friends are out drinking on Friday night doesn't mean you have to go do that. You can still eat the meal plan, go out with them, and you don't have to fall to their standards of getting hammered and doing something stupid. Like, you can have your own standards and you can stay on those and not fall to the people around you. So yeah, there we go. Audit your friends list. So managing your relationship tactics, you need to audit your friends list or your group that you hang out with. Like, if you take a long, hard look at the people you spend the most time with, are they helping you or are they hurting you? And it's okay for you to say that they're hurting you. I had to do this about 3 months ago or so. I had to take a long, hard look in the mirror at who I am and who my friends were, and are they helping me get to where I was? And the answer for a lot of them was no. And so I've purposefully separated myself, like not in a rude way, but in a way that helped me grow. And so you need to audit that friends list. And I'm not saying like kill friendships. I'm just saying like you need to pay attention to who you're allowing to breathe life into your body and into your life and into your family, because that it's not going to impact you. It's going to impact your kids, your grandkids. It's going to go so much further than just you. So you have to be very conscious of who you're allowing to be in your presence and who you're allowing to influence you. Be comfortable with a small group. I have like 3 close friends, and I'm okay with that. And one of them lives in Michigan, the other one lives in Florida, and the other one lives in Texas. And I talk to them all every day. And I'm okay with that. I'm totally fine with that. So you need to be comfortable with having a smaller group of friends that are all very like-minded with you. Normal people probably won't like you. So I say normal people in quotes because that's like the day-to-day, everyday people that don't meal prep. They don't go to the gym every day. They don't understand why you get up at 4:30 a.m. to work out and then eat healthy, and then you go to bed at 7:30 or 8 o'clock. Like, I know, like, I'm recording this video because there are people that ask me to record this because they're in bed by 8 o'clock every day so they can get up at 5 to work out. That's not normal. Like, and people, they're not going to like the fact that you won't go out to get beers with them at 8:30 on Friday or Thursday night, or then you're not going to go watch the Michigan game with them tonight at 9:20 because you need to go to bed because you have to hit your workout class tomorrow because you have goals and priorities. Understand that your goals aren't normal, so your life won't be normal in the eyes of most. I'm not going to beat a dead horse with that. It's the same as the last one. And avoid complainers. And like, for the love of God, do not be one. Like, if there's anything else that like you can control, like, don't complain. If you catch yourself complaining, like do 5 burpees or 10 burpees and watch how many burpees you do in one day, and then watch how much you don't complain the next day. Like, I'm serious. Like, something stupid like that will help you not complain, but do not be a complainer. And when you see people complaining around you, just leave that environment, or ask them like, hey, can we say that a different way? Like, when there's burpees in the workout, I hate burpees. No, you don't hate burpees. You're just not very good at them yet. Let's practice them. Say, I get to practice burpees instead. It's a word change. That's all. And then the fullback and the cheerleader. So I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this concept, but like every relationship, business, like CEO, COO, all of that stuff, there's a fullback and there's a cheerleader. So there's somebody that spearheads so I'll use our business for an example. So like I would be considered the fullback of our business because I do everything I can to move the business forward and fast. And I do everything possible to give you guys an awesome experience. And cheerleader first is Taylor because she's like always there to support me. And she does everything she can to make sure that like I'm good, I'm happy, and I'm able to work within the business. And then the other cheerleader would be Krista because she does a lot of the things that like you guys don't see. And we talk about literally everything. So like all of like this whole PowerPoint right here, she proofread the whole thing. She went through the whole thing with me. Like we do everything together. And it's because we want to give you guys the best experience ever. So you need to be able to manage your relationships. And you have to be comfortable with the fact that like you will have people that are like there for you and supporting you, and you are also going to have to sometimes be that fullback, the one that goes out in front. So you got to be a team player. We'll put player because that's cool, right? So you got to be a team player. Samantha was a to-herself type of girl. She did all the things on her own. She treated fitness the same way. Unfortunately, she could never stick to it, nor did she enjoy it. She wanted to maintain her weight loss, but deep down, she wanted to enjoy it. She thought back to her college soccer team, not only did she want to succeed more when they were team banded together, but it was more fun. She decided it was time to join a group and help others have success. It was tough at first, and she was not used to getting out of her comfort zone, but the more she did it, the more she enjoyed it. Not only did she maintain her weight loss, but she found a new family to enjoy the success with. So the more you give, the more you get. So if you are in the members page and you see a post, comment on it. Like be involved, because when you do that, when you post something, then people are going to help you out. When your team succeeds, so do you. When you see somebody that lost 30 pounds and you're stuck on the scale right now, celebrate that person and like enjoy the moment that they're having because you had that moment a month ago or your moment is coming. Like you need to know that like when your team is having success, when someone in your class gets their first bar muscle up, everyone should give that person like a million high fives, and that should be like the most celebrated thing of the day because that's freaking awesome. So when someone on your team succeeds, celebrate it. The best way to truly learn something is to teach it. So like teach your kids how to meal prep. Like I'm sure you all saw the video, or most of you guys saw the video of Freya like putting food in my container on the scale this morning. Like, and that was not planned. Like she just sat down and I was doing it. So she started grabbing chicken and throwing it in my container for me. And like I wasn't teaching her how to do that, but like that's the principle behind this is like teach the people that are important to you how to do this stuff. Like I tell, and Ronica was telling like Rich, when we first brought Rich on as a coach, to teach his dogs how to do clean and jerks and snatches and run his dogs through the entire class that he was going to do. Because like if you teach it, then you're going to be much better at it and you'll actually have learned the thing that you're teaching. So like explain that stuff. Like explain that stuff to your wall or your mirror. Teach yourself in the mirror, like whatever. Just teach someone how to meal prep because it'll make it way easier for you. And victory is way more fun when it's celebrated with your peers. That's a little parenthesis, November 16th plug for the members ball this year. Don't miss that. Block that date off now. It's going to be awesome. It's at the same place. So block that date, November 16th. So how do you be a team player? Post your awesome meals in the Facebook group. Comment on the Struggling Transformers challenges, or Transformer, which is what we're calling our 6-week challengers now. Post to encourage them. Like if someone posts like, I'm really struggling to get into the gym, just hey, I understand. Like I'll go work out with you at 7 o'clock. Encourage them. Come to more events, Friday Night Lights, bowling, competitions. So when we have teams that are going out to competitions, like go cheer them on if you can. Like we're bowling on March 30th at City Limits. Go there. Friday Night Lights, come to those. High five the new person. Say hello to people you don't know. Share your success with fellow redeemers and coaches. All right, sacrifice. I believe this is the last one. Jim loved life. He enjoyed his fine food, wines, and an occasional dessert. He would always catch himself saying things like, if you can't enjoy my life, why live it? When his coach asked him to change nutrition, he just wanted to be free and eat what he wanted, but he really was afraid that he was living an over-restrictive life. Jim had his annual checkup, and the doctor was as heavy as he's ever been, and now he's in the pre-diabetic range. Enjoying life was costing him his. He made a meal plan to sacrifice. He made a plan to sacrifice so he could enjoy in moderation later. He didn't enjoy all of it, but he had became so used to his wine and foods that it was a tough change. However, by sacrificing, he was able to get back to his fighting weight and reverse the pre-diabetic diagnosis. You must change your routine to change your body. If nothing changes, nothing changes. The bigger the sacrifice, the quicker the result. If you rip off the Band-Aid at one time, you're going to be able to address a lot of different things at once. If you pull out one individual hair at a time, it's going to take a lot longer to get that fixed. Change your definition of fun. So use a tracker. So write questions every day. So you like go through that stuff. Like Taylor and I, every night we have a tracker that we have for one of our businesses that we go through, and it's total income. And so we track that every single day. And then we have 5 questions that we answer every single day together before we go to bed. It's fun for us. It's what we do before we go to sleep. And then, so what do? You list the things you need to sacrifice and then cut back on them to reach your goal. So eating out, drinking, staying up till 4 a.m., that second job that stresses you out and doesn't really provide much extra value to your life at all. Like figure out what it is that you need to cut out of your life so you can have like a happy medium. So write those things down. Make a list of things you can start doing now to enjoy your new lifestyle. So celebrate the little wins. So for us, one of the things was if we hit our goal this month for Taylor and I, we're going to go to Columbus and we're going to go visit Rogue. And so we hit our goal last night for March. And so we're going to go to Columbus in April. We're going to take a mini road trip and we're going to go hang out. And we're going to go to Rogue. Do something small so you can celebrate your wins. Find somebody to hold you accountable to your sacrifice list. So most of you probably already have like that one gym buddy that holds you accountable to going to the gym. This is a good person to share that sacrifice list with, and find somebody to enjoy your new lifestyle with. So it's probably going to be that same person above, but like talk about your workouts, that kind of stuff. So this all makes sense, but I don't know where I'm going to start. Don't worry, we got you. So we're going to introduce the Redemption Sleep Challenge. Okay. So what is this? This is my favorite challenge yet, and it's going to challenge you to rest better, create and practice better habits, celebrate successes, and when is it? So we're going to start on Monday, which really should be Sunday, and it's going to end never. May 6th will be like the end of like the official challenge like that we're going to have. But because you're going to be feeling so amazing, you probably won't want to go back to your old ways. I promise you. Like I was a night owl. You can ask anybody that would hang out with me. Like I would be up until 12 or 1 o'clock, just grinding away, working, thinking I'm being productive. And I made this switch, and in 2 days, I decided I would never go back to doing what I was doing before. It's like 8:55 right now, and I'm like falling asleep because I usually go to bed at 9. So like, because you're feeling so amazing, you're not going to want back to what you're not going to want to go back to what you were doing. So why? Because we love you guys, and this practice has drastically transformed not only my marriage, but my friendships and my focus, but me to a deep personal level, like more so than I'm comfortable sharing on a chat right now. And I'm entirely different and more passionate and a much more productive person than I ever have been in my life. I've grown and changed more in the last 4 weeks than I have probably in my life. Not physically grown, obviously, but so like that's why. Like if you want to be a better person, do this. So how do you do it? When we get off this call, you're going to go search the group Redemption Sleep Challenge. You're going to fill out the questions that I forgot to make, so just ignore that part. And we're going to let you into the group. You're going to screenshot your go to bed times for the week, and you're going to post them in the group on the screenshots thread every Monday. So when we start this challenge on Monday, you're going to screenshot your Sunday bedtime, and Monday when you wake up, you're going to drop that screenshot on the thread. It's a pinned post. Every Friday, you're going to post what you noticed in your life that changed. So what is a positive change that you've noticed? And you're going to post that on the changes thread. And you're going to enjoy your life drastically changing. I think that's the last slide. So I'm like probably way too excited about this because it drastically did change my life. Like I feel so much better. And those of you guys with kids, like I get it. It's going to be a little bit more difficult to maybe go to bed at 9 o'clock or 9:30. I'm not saying that you have to go to bed at 8. I'm not saying you have to go to bed at 9 o'clock. I'm challenging you to pick a time that you personally can go to sleep every night, that you'll be able to sleep, and you'll be able to sleep for 8 hours or so. So you can start to figure out how much sleep you actually need. And I guarantee you within a week, you will feel like a much better and different person. If you're serious about wanting to make a change and grow personally, I know I've had some conversations with people that feel like they're stuck. They don't know what to do. They're stuck on their meal plan. They're stuck with their macros, whatever it might be. Like this will help you. You're going to feel like you're going to get to some barriers, and this is going to help you. So I don't really have much else for you guys. There is no awesome, huge prize. There is no registration, anything. I'm doing this because I'm making this group for you guys because I want to have a group of people that are serious about personal growth, and they want to be better versions of themselves, not only for yourself, but for your family, for your career, like, and for the people that care about you the most. And so, if you're in, cool, go search the group. It's Redemption Sleep Challenge. If you don't want to do it, that's totally okay. I'm not gonna be mad at you guys. But I hope to see everyone on this call and everybody watching this call later in that Facebook group later. So I will unmute everybody. And if you have any questions, you can ask, or you can put yourself in or put it in the chat box and I'll answer it. I'll give you guys a couple minutes to ask any questions. I'm going to eat my lunch or dinner that's now cold, which is fine. But if anybody has questions, feel free to ask. You guys can hop off. But if anybody's got questions, go ahead and shoot. Brian's little finger wiggling by the camera. Brian, all I could see was your finger just like wiggling by the camera. It's kind of funny.
That's funny.
Does that make sense? Could you guys follow me? It's weird with everybody muted because I don't know. I didn't get any reaction from anyone, so like hopefully they hear me.
I'm gonna leave now. If I can figure it out.
Brian, are you trying to leave? Do you need help? I can kick you out if you can't figure out how to leave. All right, guys. I don't see any questions, so I'm just going to end this meeting, the chat. I hope to see you guys in that Facebook page. Have a great night. Go green. Right, Charles?
Woo!
See you guys.